A lot of successful people that I've been studying and listening to is they always, when I say successful, I mean like these people have like successful businesses and they have good money.
Yeah.
They always talk about like, I wish I had my kids younger, like at a young age. Do you think that you had it at a good age? Would you have switched it later or earlier?
I think it was perfect. I think God gives you those kids when you're meant to, you know, but I wouldn't say, no, I don't know. I mean, I had my first at 30.
Oh, that's like perfect.
I had trouble getting pregnant though. And that was like kind of devastating for me because it was like, I always wanted to be a mom. That was like my number one thing. So like as much as I was into my career and stuff, it was like, I just remember too, when I was having trouble getting pregnant, I was like, I worked with a lot of trauma. So I remember I had like 3 children with like child abuse, like brain injuries from child abuse on my caseload. And I was like, good Lord, everybody was getting pregnant around me. And I was just like, all right, good Lord, well, you're trying to tell me I'm not supposed to have kids. Like I was supposed to take care of everybody else's kids, right? And I remember like feeling that way. And I was like, okay, maybe that's just my destiny, you know, and then I ended up having kids. But I don't know. So I don't know. I wouldn't say I would ever say I wish I was younger or older. I think mine was kind of perfect timing, but I don't know. Because I got to develop my career. Like I feel like I was in my career long enough and I got to really, I love what I do and I got to accomplish a lot of stuff before I had kids. And when I had kids, I was at that gravy point of I could still push myself in my career, but I could still be a mom. It wasn't new, you know, so that was
like... It wasn't like one or the other. Yeah,
and I actually like ended up starting to teach right after I had Beckham. Like I got an opportunity to like be an adjunct professor. So I put new stuff on my plate and then I did some research. I had other opportunities come up, but I could still do that. And I think if I was 25, I wouldn't have been able to manage all that. So I think being a little bit older, I could manage being a mom, having a career, and still like growing myself as a professional. And it was manageable, right? And then even financially in a better boat to like feel like I'm content enough where I can take care of my child.
Which is the biggest thing I think for not just me, but like people that are having kids. It's like, fuck, can I support these kids?
Yeah.
And also, and I asked that question too, is because like you want to have kids and they want to get to an age to where you still have some youth that you can enjoy those trips and do stuff with them. You don't want to be like super rich and successful, but you can't even go jog around with the kid or go play sports or whatever.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to get to that
and you never know what's going to happen in life, right? So like I think about my kids, they lost their dad, he was 44 years old. So like, you know what I mean? I think about all the things he's going to miss out with them too. Like if you would have done this or done that, you know, like you can never like go back and say that. But I think after me having that experience, I was like, you know, if my kids people are, oh, you can't miss school for a day. I mean, I'm all about like kids going to school and having discipline and like structure and whatnot, but also you got to live a little bit. When we have family come down, like family's important. Family's more of a priority. Like God's more of a priority. Like spending quality time together. You have an opportunity to go over and go to this different country. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to give my kids the experience over, you know, and my kids do well in school for the most part. So it's like, I think I have hardworking kids that like will make up the work. I respect school, but you still got to live, right? You got to live instead of like, I think we get this like fear of like, oh, if I don't do this, and we're just like at the beck and call and anxiety about how we should do things and how not. And then you still got to live, right?